Travel isn't the only issue that makes the holidays stressful.
In fact, listen to this, 38% of us say that they experience an increase in stress over the holidays. That stress is blamed for a jump in the number of cases of depression and also seasonal affective disorder.
Dr. Judy Ho is a clinical and forensic psychologist as well as a professor at Pepperdine University. Here with some tips on how to stay sane. I was curious about the men and women suffering.
Right.
Do women
Why
feel
that?
more stress?
Yeah, well, I think there's two reasons for that. Women do self-report their stress more. It's more socially acceptable for women to talk about their feelings. Men kind of just deal with it some other way. They don't, right, Logan? I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to
If I'm
encroach on
stressed,
this.
I don't want you to know about it.
Yeah, exactly. You just manage it some other way. You kind of hang out with your friends. You don't necessarily want to talk about it. So definitely women report it more. But also around the holidays, there is that social tradition where a lot of the entertaining falls on the woman.
Yes.
And I think they have to manage more things on top of doing work stuff and maybe some childcare stuff. They now have to manage doing
Making the food for the
celebrations.
party, wrapping the presents.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
some tips. Give us one.
Okay, so one of the tips is to have good boundaries and to really be able to just say no to things. You have to be able to say no.
This one first off, I think acknowledging those feelings, Logan.
Yeah.
I need to acknowledge.
Why is that a big one?
Well, acknowledging feelings is important because until you acknowledge that there's a problem, you can't do anything about it. And we all experience stress. We all do.
Okay.
There's no shame in it.
Well, I'm not
right?
alone, people.
So just take a deep breath.
Okay.
And I really particularly like just, having a few minutes in the day where you're just slowing things down. Sort of mindfulness has been talked about a lot,
Okay.
where you just kind of focus on what you're doing. If you're going to make your coffee, make your coffee. Don't be also making a to-do list at the same time in your head.
What about expectations? I mean, do we just have too high expectations?
Yes, I think expectations is huge around this time. People are thinking, how many presents do I have to buy? What if I don't buy the right present? What if I don't put on the right party? And you have to manage those expectations for yourself. You have to be able to say,
like the Kardashians.
yes, there is no perfection. We got to let go of that perfection. Just, you know what? Put on a party, people will be appreciative, and they won't remember it a couple days later, so don't worry about it. People get really stressed out by having to put on these huge family get-togethers. Well, if that's stressful for you and you're the host, do a new tradition. My family's going out for Christmas this year instead of hosting. So guess what? No
That's
dishes.
fun.
No dishes.
All right.
Or just go to the movies. Do something completely different and out of the box.
How about talking to friends, leaning on your
Yes.
support?
Absolutely. People really isolate around this time. They start to feel lonely, especially if they're away from their family and friends during the holidays. That's a really big part of it. And so lean on your support system as much as possible. Even if they're not there physically, give them a call. It's really helpful to connect with people, especially around the holidays.
I love this one. Stick to a budget. Hard to do.
Yes, hard to do,
Yeah.
but make a budget. It's a hard budget and you stick to it. And I also like setting time limits for shopping. People say, I'm going to go and shop until I find the perfect present. You give yourself 2 hours, and whatever you can do in those 2 hours, you're done for that day.
I have some friends, they start shopping months in advance. If they happen to see something while they're out that will be great for aunts, whoever, then they buy it right then and there.
That's probably really helpful to do it in advance so that you're not now thinking you have 3 days left and have to do everything. But you know what? Online shopping. It
That's
saves
the best,
people.
isn't it?
It's really helpful.
And if you're really having a hard time, you say visit a professional?
Yes,
for real,
visit
for
a
Christmas?
professional. Yeah, so I think if you're having depression, and we have some signs for that, like if your depression is almost every single day and kind of really taking over and affecting the way that you're functioning, and it's going on for more than a month or two, then it's time to go see a professional. We have lots of great resources in the region, and you can go to a lot of websites to take a look at that. One of my most favorite ones in the area are, ones that are based in universities, actually, because they're low cost, and it's easy to get in, and you can still get some counseling without having to break the bank.
Okay, feeling a little better about the holiday? Dr. Judy Ho, thank you so much for the help.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.